How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, my man. How about yourself, brother?
I'm doing all right. Trying to stay warm. Thankfully, it's been a little bit warmer today than it was yesterday, but it's still pretty chilly.
Right.
And I know it's definitely been a cold day in the markets today.
Yeah. It's not cold. It's like bloodletting, man. It's like Jamestown. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I'll be honest though, like I've just been checking in every now and then, waiting to see when the knife stops falling. Because don't try to catch a falling knife, right? Wait for it
Right.
to stop first. Just kind of been watching, but I haven't really been online looking to see what's up. Had a lot of other stuff I was doing today. So, do
That
you know
works.
what happened?
Not entirely, but I do have a couple questions for you. And I want to dive into a mindset today. I want to take our rules of solvency and I want to dig into a couple of them that are very, very particular to the events occurring right now.
Okay.
But first of all, I want to say, hey, everybody who's out there watching, let me know where you're watching from. Wow, easy for me to say. I see we got BTK in the house, and he's already casting his votes. And yes, guys, as you know, the voting polls start this morning. They will run for 6 days and 12 hours. So you got that much time to cast your vote in for next week's Dance for Cash. So make sure get your votes in, and we do have a pretty good list today. So it's gonna be a good dance off.
Nice. I look forward to seeing it. I know at some point if we get over, what is it? I think like 24 people can't do dance offs anymore.
Right, we're gonna have to go to Grubfish. We're gonna have to wiggle our way for cash or something. I don't know. Stupid fun. So, right off the bat, I mean, we've talked about the ETF several times in the past, and we know those got approved last week, and there was that whole the SEC got hacked, and that, on and on and on. That was our big topic last week. But now this week, we're seeing that Bitcoin and everything is going down after all these approvals. Why is that? Why would it drop so drastically now that people can actually buy it? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, buy the rumor, sell the news, right? 9 times out of 10 after the news event, that's when everyone's looking to sell, right?
Right.
And it's, I think people tend to overestimate the effect, that the ETF approvals have. I believe earlier when we were talking leading up to the approvals, I said I think that we'll probably see a bit of a pop, but I don't think that we'd go above 52. I either said that on Rags to Riches, or I said it somewhere in one of my Discords, or who knows?
Right. Somewhere, somehow it was said. And yeah, looks like you proved it right.
Yep, it's definitely coming down. It could be a combination of either certain corporate individuals looking to take profits after the run up that they've had, or it could be they're trying to get a better position. Who knows?
And BTK says Fink is trying to make a dip. I'd say they're doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, right.
And Jamie is helping. Yeah, there you go, buddy. And looks like Chrome. He's got the pattern figured out. So he had a weird feeling things would drop. So I shorted Solana last night and closed this morning about 120% profit. Nice job, buddy. Way to go.
Good job. That'll make up for the fact that you're not winning the dance off this time.
Yes, I deleted his name. Don't worry. I put it in the code. Do not pick Chrome. We're good.
He's kidding.
I am kidding because, yeah, I couldn't control it even if I wanted to. But, I read something interesting, Cyril, and I need your advice, man. How does this work? Because I'm hearing that some of these companies that are now offering Bitcoin ETF are buying their own ETFs. What is that all about?
I mean, it makes sense. A lot of people will look at the volume of a new fund. They'll look at the transactional flow just to see, does it have the traction that I think that it does, right? As far as them buying their own, if they know people are watching that metric, right, it makes sense to try to pump up the numbers. I mean, we see people do essentially wash trading in crypto where they buy their own stuff to pump the price up and make it look more attractive to other people. But I'm not sure why they would want to buy up their own thing right now, other than to make it appear like it's got better volume. Because buying it up, especially if they're trying to drop the price of Bitcoin, doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless they're trying to strategically capture up the share percentage of their own fund. which is a
Okay.
possibility.
Could be. And yeah, it did make a lot of sense to me. And I figure if anybody knew, you probably would.
Well, on the flip side, a lot of these companies, you got to remember they got their start because they are retirement investment managers, right? So they manage retirement funds. And if it's a new offering and it's something that a lot of these funds are wanting to buy to add to the retirement accounts, then that might be why they were buying their own fund.
Okay. And that would make sense. It's like, okay, let's collect them now, and then later we can offer them at a higher price or whatever else. And so, yeah, they're kind of perpetuating their own cycle. And BTK asked, did you guys see Jamie Dimon in the news talking about BTC? Do you think he's clueless, or do you think he's being coy and trying to stop people from buying BTC? I did not see that. Did you, Cyril?
I did not, but I would lean towards he really is that clueless. You got to think a lot of these career politicians tend to be older, right?
Right.
No disrespect to anybody who is older, but it can be harder if you're not already familiar with the underlying tech. It can be harder to grasp certain concepts, and there's a lot of underlying tech you have to be familiar with to be able to understand crypto and how it works. So a lot of these politicians, they focus more on which vote should I be doing? Like which vote, or how much was I paid to vote yes on this?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Who gave me the best donation for my dinner I had last week at $10,000 a plate? Yeah, this guy had a whole table. This guy had one plate. No, I'm going to vote for him. It's sad, but that's really the way government works.
Yeah.
And Chrome says, dude, BTK, those clips of him talking about BTC was actually hilarious. Man, I got to go back and watch these guys now. I need some good laughs, so I will check them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see it now too.
Yep. Okay, now we both got homework. I love it. To make BTC look bad. And we said that Satoshi is going to come back and unlick the BTC supply. You know, I've heard about that, Chrome. I heard that there's a trial starting. What 2 weeks or something? A guy who claims to be Satoshi. And yeah, he's trying to prove that he is. I don't know.
Well, I know Craig Wright was doing that for a hot minute.
I don't remember the guy's name. I just remember it came up on my phone yesterday that trial is going to start here soon. I don't know what they were waiting for, but yeah, now they're going to start a trial. Are you really you? No, I'm not really me. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if this is the second part of the trial, because I know that this one guy, Craig Wright, he was trying to say that he was the creator of Bitcoin, and it was this whole ordeal. He took it to court, and they were like, well, if that's the case, why don't you log into this wallet and move one Bitcoin, right? Because this is the originating wallet for Bitcoin. So if you're the creator, just move one. Easy peasy. And of course, he was like, oh, well, I shouldn't have to do that. So maybe he's still fighting it in court. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. And Chrome says, oh, man, Craig is something else. Yeah, so apparently that's him. So, Cyril, as we mentioned in the beginning, the streets are running red with blood. The knives are falling. I mean, it's bloodletting out there. It's like Dracula's flying around.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think this is a great time to go back and talk about one of the rules of solvency. How's it go? The one where the streets are running red with blood. What is that?
Yeah, so that rule, I got to remember which rule number it is exactly, but the rule basically states, buy when the streets run red, even if the blood is your own.
Right. And so, taking that one step further, I want to jump into the mindset, because we've talked about this several times before. And I want to give some great examples here, guys. And please understand, this is not pointing out any one cryptocurrency. I'm going to show you a couple of them. Doesn't mean I'm promoting this, even though it is one that I like. It's really the mindset I want you to focus on. Okay, so that's super key here.
Okay, mindset.
Okay. So here is the daily chart for Avalanche. And yeah, as you can see, it's going down. So in our minds, we're thinking, well, my God, why would I buy that? It's down 6% today and it doesn't look any better. So, okay, that's the emotion. That's our mindset running. But, Cyril, like you would tell us, we'll zoom out a little bit. Okay, you know what? That's good advice. I need to get a bigger picture. So let's go to the week. Dude, that doesn't look any better. In fact, I think it's worse. So why in God's name would I buy something like this? And this could be any cryptocurrency. This is really about the mental state. And so you're analyzing this. I'm like, why would I be DCAing into something like this? I mean, the weekly chart looks like that. And so we wait. We don't buy in. We just sit. We're waiting for that perfect dip. So let's zoom out to the month. Oh, now see, that creates a whole nother avenue. See, it already did its spike. Well, there was its peak up here at the, $50 mark. Now we're down here at 35. There's no way in hell I'm buying it now. That's just horrible. I already missed the pump. I mean, game over. It's done, right? That's kind of the way people run with this. But then we jump out to the year chart. And we look at, now there's no way in hell you could make me buy this. Look at this. It was all the way down to, $9, $8 and some odd cents. Went to 50, and now it's bleeding back down. That's it. This token is dead. That's a lot of the mindset people run with. And I think we get so caught up in our day-to-day mentality, we forget to look out even further. What do you think on this journey so far, Cyril?
I'm just listening, watching you run with it, and then I'll comment afterwards.
Okay, sounds good. So, and this, once again, guys, I want to remind you, this is not about any one particular crypto. This is about a blockchain technology. If something in the back end is being built, if they're growing, if they've been evolving over time, and I'm not talking a couple of weeks or even a couple of months, I'm talking years. If they're still alive after the last bull market and the bear market, they're still showing some signs of life, there might be something there. So look deeper into the technology. I'll give you a prime example as to why. We zoom all the way out to the all-time on this chart. Now, wait a minute. In the last bull market, this was up at $147. So if we know statistically that it's going to achieve its all-time high or even surpass it, why wouldn't you buy it at $33 and be dollar cost averaging over all this time? I mean, you look at all the sale time, you could have dollar cost averaged. If this does go up and even match that all-time high, if it survives, man, you're making huge returns. Now, some of you might say, well, yeah, but I don't like AVAX. I don't like the Avalanche blockchain, and that's okay. It's really not about the blockchain. It's about the mindset. So let's go over and look at Ethereum. Hey, guess what? Its daily looks just as bad. How about its weekly? It's not any better.
It looks almost exactly like the weekly chart for AVAX, honestly.
It does, doesn't it? It's a very similar pattern. And that's a great point out there, Cyril, because I want to really point something out at the end of this. So you go to the monthly, same thing. It did its spike. It's coming down. A lot of similarities here. Go to the yearly. Okay, well, that looks like it has potential. Now let's go to the all-time. Okay, so if this is the first bull run and we hit the, 1400?
Yep.
Back in 2017. Then we hit the 2021-22 bull run. We hit almost 5K.
Yep.
So if we know we're going to go on that parabol or that, I forget what you call that incline, the rainbow chart, basically. And we're only at, yes, thank you, logarithmic chart. And we're only at 27 right now, and we know it's going to exceed 48. It still sounds like a good buy. Why wouldn't you be dollar cost averaging into this? Now, let me show you one other curveball here. Okay, let's go back to AVAX here. This is its all-time chart, right? Tell me if this looks familiar to you. And I lost it. I found it. There it is. There it is. Yep, I found it.
Okay.
What does that look like to you, Cyril? Does that look real similar to that?
Yes, it does.
Do you know what that chart is?
Hold on. Let me think. Oh, that was the East chart in the 2017 cycle.
Exactly. Yeah, that was Ethereum's first bull run, and that looks awful similar to AVAX's first bull run. So then if we think a little bit further and we go, okay, well, let's go back and look at AVAX. That chart we looked at was this one right here. What did it do on its second bull run? It did that. So could AVAX repeat that process?
Who knows? Potentially.
Right. Potentially, we don't know. We never will know. But the whole concept is we get so wrapped up in our daily charts. Like, oh my God, why would I buy that? It's bleeding. My question is, why wouldn't you, man? It's on sale. What the hell are you thinking? DCA in. That's my preacher session there.
And then DCA out, right?
Right. Absolutely. When it hits those peaks, man, start cashing it out. When we go to the all-time, yeah, it spikes up here. You start selling all the way down. Sell. Then down here, you start buying. Buy. And then keep buying all the way up to here, and you keep buying until it hits that top, 50, 60%? Hit cruise control and then sell on the way down? What do you think, Cyril?
Yeah, what I would do is you have targets, right? Each time it increases X amount, you take 25% of your profits. And based off of the math, right, and what you were showing me, and all the viewers out there, Ethereum, from its 2017 bull run, right, to its recent one, went up 3.24 x essentially. So 3.2 and a half. To its top there. If you take the 1480 that it was, or whatever it was, I think I punched in 1480 in my calculations. Close enough. 3.24x. If AVAX does the same thing from its current price, then that would be $108.89 per.
But that was let me get that right. That 3.2x, that's off of its last all-time high, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so if its last all-time high was $147 times 3.2
times 3.24, so that would make a math target of 477.90.
Okay, and so if you could buy it today at $33, and we guesstimate it's going to go to $476, why wouldn't you buy it? I mean, honestly.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're looking at it that way, right, and you're basing it off of historical patterns, then it would make sense, right? Obviously, there's a lot of other factors, like this bull cycle is going to look different, so don't just go running and buying something because of what it might be, right? Or what it did in the past. This is going to be different this time around, and while I do believe that we're going to see some nice upswings in this bull market, I also think that everyone's getting a little ahead of themselves, right? I don't think the bull market's starting quite as soon as people want. I talked about, we would see a run up leading up to the halving, but then it tends to crab sideways or pull back. And then it's not typical for another 4 months post halving to actually do anything, right?
Right.
So I think everyone's getting a little ahead of themselves. Remember, you can't use history to tell you what the future is going to for sure do, but it can give you a good guess. Just make sure to be aware of what's different this time around, right? Because that's where the devil's going to be hiding, is in the details.
Exactly. And the biggest thing, I wasn't trying to tell anybody to buy. Please understand, guys, that was not a lesson in buying. That was a lesson in mindset. Taking a step back and really analyzing all the data, not day to day. We get so emotional on the day-to-day charts. Like, oh my God, it's down. What a horrible day. Oh, it's up. It's amazing. And that affects our entire world. So build a plan. Find something you like, you believe in. Dollar cost average into it. I don't care if that's $1 a day or $5 a week or $5 a month. Doesn't matter. Find something, build a plan, and play out your strategy. And then let time prove its worth.
Right. 100%. And that's mindset is going to be key, right? There's a reason why sharks circle when there's blood in the water, right? If you fancy yourself a shark, then you should be circling when there's blood in the water, right? On those red days, that's your opportunity to DCA. I'm always saying that if you're looking to buy something, great, split it up on, every couple of days, do your purchase. And, I told Wild Angel on our Sunday call, I was walking her through the charts. I was like, Wednesdays and Thursdays tend to be the days that the market moves, right. And if you know that, right, then that means try to time your DCAs for Wednesdays or Thursdays. If it goes up on those days instead of down, like you're hoping for to get a better DCA, then, wait until, Monday or Tuesday when everyone decides they want to take their profits from the pump to do your DCA. But that's what red days are for. They are your sale days. And if you're a shark, you should be buying when there's red in the water.
Even if it's your own.
Yeah.
And and that's one of the biggest things here, guys, is especially here from rags to riches. I mean, we're investing $25 a week because we want to show the people, the working class, that maybe they're giving up lunch or something. They don't have to go out and buy Bitcoin, when everybody's screaming about it. Investing is to find something solid that they believe in, dollar cost average into it, and plan accordingly when you do it. Like Cyril was saying, Wednesday, Thursday is going to be a red day. Man, save up and wait for that Thursday to hit as soon as it's at the rock bottom. Grab it. Even if it starts going up, that's fine. It's still better than it was on Monday. So you got a deal.
Yep. And statistically speaking, the market does have its own cycles, and that includes daily cycles and weekly cycles. And I forget the exact numbers, but if you changed your strategy on the stock market and then just waited to buy until right before market close and then just sold in the morning, over time, you would actually outpace the S&P 500's annual growth if you just bought them in the evening right before the closing bell and sold them the next morning.
Really?
And that's now, it's not the case every single day, right? But most of the movement tends to take place in the overnight market, the post market and the pre-market. So, and it typically moves up because people first thing in the morning, they're more inclined to purchase. They're looking to sell at the end of the day, not buy. And so it's that standard market daily psychology cycle that you can use to your advantage. So if you figure out the ways the market moves, the trends it tends to have, whether it's a daily cycle, weekly or monthly cycle, use that to your advantage. We know about the quarterly cycle. Typically the last 2 weeks of the quarter, things will typically trend downwards because it's people looking to shore up their balance sheets before the end of the quarter and they have to file their quarterly paperwork.
Exactly. And understanding these patterns can help you in so much. And believe it or not, if you're getting something, let's say even like AVAX or whatever coin you're purchasing, if it survives the next 3 to 5 to 10 years, if you can save $1 today, and that could be a 10x 4 or 5 years down the road, that could be crazy returns by just getting $1 discount. So build a plan and stick with it. That's the most important thing. Don't let your emotions get in the way. Don't say, oh my God, it's red, it's horrible. Don't worry about that. Just play out your plan.
It helps if you remember that the bear markets are not for profits, right? The bear markets are for positions. So find your longer term positions and take advantage of the fact that stuff is on sale, right? Because that's when you want to be buying. Bear markets are for profits, not positions. Bull markets are for profits,
there you go.
not positions. Bear markets are for positions, not profits. So as long as you have that mindset, if it's a bull market, it's not the time to be buying, right? It's not the time to be making positions. That was during the bear market. So, this is the best time to start, because once the bull market starts, you're not going to be wanting to sit there trying to make your first purchase. You're going to be wanting to start selling your first purchase and then your second purchase and third purchase and DCAing your way out, not in.
Yes. Please don't repeat the cycle of like the last 4 bears and bulls. Yeah. Because people are going to hear about the hype on the news. And as soon as like your doorman or your father starts asking you, hey, what's Bitcoin? I want to buy some. Dude, get out. That's your warning sign.
Yep. And I think if people just kind of drive that into their heads that the bear market is for positions, not profit, right? It'll help with my portfolio is down today, or, oh, the charts are down today. If you remember, that's a good thing, right? Because you're trying to build more positions so that when the bull market does come and it's time for profits, you have more profits. So drive that into your heads. Position time, profit time comes later.
Exactly. And so we had some comments we'll throw in to catch up on these. So hi, Mom. Good to see you. Mom mentioned you're right. It's hard to be older. And it is. And yes, Mom is in her 80s and we still talk crypto. And some of the technical aspects she doesn't quite get. But she gets enough to get excited about it. And so you're never too old to start in this journey. I don't care if you're 12 or you're 80 years old. Anywhere in between, I guarantee I've probably talked to somebody in that age range and started educating. So never think you're too old or you're not smart enough, or you don't make enough money or whatever it is. That's what this whole journey is about in Rags to Riches, is to let you know you don't have to be college educated or rich or tech savvy. You simply need desire to change your life and courage to follow that dream. You too can join us on this great crypto adventure.
Absolutely.
I love saying that. So, and Jason had a question. Says, what is the best place to stake AVAX? Put it in a validator. Jason, that's a great question. Personally, I'm utilizing mine in a couple gaming platforms. But beyond that, I'm really not staking or anything. So if you have something, do me a favor. Put it in the discuss your vote and add it to the list. Let's vote on it. Let's find out. If there's a great place out there, hey, let us know. And BTK says there are shitcoins and Bitcoins, the only two options out there. And,
I think.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll let you talk on this one first. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that I've been watching him kind of on his journey to transition to becoming a Bitcoin maxi.
Okay. And, I definitely understand BTK. And to a point, I would agree with you. But at the same time, I think Bitcoin blockchain technology has limitations. And I think it requires other blockchains to overcome those. I think it was a great start. And it's the Mac Daddy of all. And don't get me wrong, Bitcoin is badass. But there's some things it can't do. And a lot of real-time applications, it can't operate on Bitcoin. It just can't. So, unfortunately, we do have to have these other technological advancements, but it doesn't make it any worse. It's like the Atari. That's still the #1 video game console of all time. Atari was awesome. But it can't play Call of Duty 3. So, I had to advance.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like the nostalgia of playing an old video game that you enjoy, but it is... it's not quite Baldur's Gate 3, that's for sure.
Exactly. And so, I totally agree with you, BTK. Not just in Bitcoin at all. I think it has its place, but I think the future has other things in store for us. So, I always recommend everybody do your own research. Decide what's right for you and try not to succumb to the FOMO, the fear of missing out, because that is the worst thing you could possibly do.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and Chrome says, JC, it just depends on what yields and what platform suits you best. To run a validator, I believe you need something ridiculous like 10,000 AVAX. That's a chunk of change.
That's that's a lot of money.
Yeah, $330,610 at current market price. What the hell is a commercial popped up during the last? Yes. I am sorry, John. Unfortunately, now that we are monetized, that's one thing that YouTube gets to do is they get to put commercials wherever they want. So, I appreciate you leaving them on because it does help. I think I made, so far this year, I've made like $2.17 an hour. Yeah, I'm not breaking the bank here, but you know what? It's a rite of passage. So it does help. Thank you very much. And I am sorry for the commercials, but they do help the down home crypto community. So thank you, brother.
Not to mention with YouTube, once you have a certain number of subs, even if you don't turn it on, they still will play an ad on your video. And so it's like you have a choice, either turn it on and willingly and at least get something for it, or leave it off and they're going to play one anyway. You're just not going to get anything for it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they have control. I get to use their platform. We get to enjoy it. But yes, unfortunately, they get to inject commercials from time to time. So hopefully they're short. Hopefully they're in the right places. So thank you for doing that. And let's see, Chrome says, watch those ads, people. Yeah, that's right. Next month, I'm hoping to make $10. Woohoo! Thank you, Chrome. Appreciate that, buddy. And BTK says, I like BTC. Brother, so do I. It's a little out of my price range, but I can tell you I have 3 ASIC miners out running the garage, mining a script, and it's immediately converting to BTC for me. So, yeah, I'm collecting BTC, and that's how I'm able to do it. So, I'm with you, my man.
See, what I need to do is I need to take that ASIC miner I got and I need to put it out here in the garage instead of the space heater that I have in the garage, because then at least the power's almost free. And instead of whatever it will normally cost me per day to run the space heater, it would only cost me like 48 cents.
Right. There you go. And you know what's funny? Because that's what I'm doing. I've got 3 ASICs running, 3 L3 pluses, and I've got 2 of them blowing underneath our mobile home and 1 blowing into the garage. So I'm actually heating part of the house, the underside, to keep pipes from freezing, all that in the single digit temps, and 1 keeping the garage warm. So in my garage is 70 degrees all the time. That's the only source of heat.
Nice.
I'm good with that. Yeah. One of these days, I swear I'm going to make a fruit roll-ups factory using ASIC miners. All they use is hot air.
I just figured you would just talk at it.
Wow, it's one of those days. Okay, gloves are off. He's getting me back for the AMA because I was pretty brutal on that one, and I hope everybody got to see that.
I'm just getting you ready to bob and weave for our dance off.
Yeah, is it time?
It
is time. All right, so everybody out there, if you cast your vote last week, and that's in the Down Home Crypto Discord, let me put the link in there again just so you guys have it, then you were entered into the dance off. Now, if you haven't cast your vote, or maybe this is your first time here, not a problem. You can go in and cast your vote in Down Home Crypto Discord, share your insights, and you get to do 20% into blue chips and 80% into a DeFi investment of some sort. Now, if it's not already listed, you are welcome to add whatever you like. Just do me a huge favor. Once you add it, go into the channel right below that says discuss the vote, share the link, share the information, educate the rest of us. Let us know what is new and exciting out there. Because unfortunately, Cyril and I can't keep our eyes on everything in the market. It's just not possible.
No, there's too much stuff out there. And make sure that if you do add an option, that you go back and then vote for said option. Because if you just add it, it doesn't add the vote for it. So you might think that you voted when you added something and then wonder why your name's not there in the dance off, and we can't have that.
Exactly. Yeah, that would be horrible. And so, I think we covered all that. And as always, guys, while you're doing all that, hey, if you're enjoying this, hit the like, subscribe, tell your friends about us, because we're really trying to get people educated while right now everything's on sale. This is where we want to get the newest people in, say, okay, start your journey with, whatever it is, whether it's Ethereum, Bitcoin, AVAX, take your pick. If they start putting $5 in or $10 in a week, that's it. It is going to pay off in the long run. Next year and a half or so, they are going to thank you.
Yep, 100%.
And BTK says, use the Jamie Dimon Pet Rock BTC disc, but I think Scarcity BTC makes the coolest commodity money we'll ever. And if you play video games on ETH, doesn't make it cooler than BTC. You know what? And BTK, brother, I respect that. And you are absolutely welcome to your opinions. And we don't know what the future will hold. Don't know what's going to happen. So I'm really excited because I think we're going to see a lot of changes coming in this next bull market.
For sure.
Okay. So for everybody who has cast your vote, who took the time to go out there and let us know what you think, it's time to dance for cash. Yeah.
Dance for your bees.
for your bees. Now, as you guys know, I'm also on the list. Where am I? I'm right there, right below John Richter. If I come up and I win this, I add $10 to the pot and we go again. And we keep going again until I don't win and one of you guys do.
There's a lot of names there.
There is a lot of names. I'm really proud of our community. It's growing every day. So thank you guys for getting the word out. Thank you for coming in here and taking the time to vote and spending your evening with us. I think it's great. But I just hit a brick wall. I was going to say something, and then you distracted me. What was I going to say?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I know what it was. No, you're fine, sir. Now, if you do win, okay, here's the one detail you got to be aware of. If you win in this dance-off, the trick is you have to DM me before the end of the stream in Discord. Okay? That's it. Say, hey, Serenity, I won. Here's my wallet address. And since this is a list of your names, I'll verify it's you, and I'll get it sent over to you. So, I'm in. Welcome. Good to have you with us, buddy. Just in time for some shaking and grooving.
Yep.
Okay, you ready for this?
I am.
All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Big money, no Amy.
Let's dance. Wow, we almost have 3. We had to make a third row there.
We did. All right. Way to go, guys. Oh, that was bloody.
Wow. Okay.
Now they're dancing. They're like, oh, damn. Hey, look, I'm bottom center. Hit the dude in the bottom center. Yeah, go for him. That Serenity guy. Nobody likes him anyway. Yeah. Dance. BTK. Oh, me and BTK died together, brother. At least we went down together.
Okay, good. I'm sorry, Chrome, but you died.
No favorites here. Okay, we got Rister. Oh, we had to remember to. So, hey, Diza and
Congratulations, Rooster.
Woohoo! Okay, Roostar, you know the game, buddy. Shoot me a DM before the end of the stream, and I will make sure to get you your $10 you won today. So, thank you, everybody, for casting your vote. And this is fun. I can't wait till that whole screen is full. It's going to be epic.
Yeah, and congratulations, Rooster. You only have 24 minutes. Make sure you DM Serenity.
You're watching that time, especially after that AMA. RG's like, no, I'm not going to let him do this to me again.
Nah, we're good.
Yeah.
The thing that I was waiting for got delayed anyway, so.
Oh, okay. Is it something important?
Yeah. No, I just needed it to finish putting my office exactly the way that I wanted it, so.
So your delivery did get delayed. We talked about that earlier.
Yes. Oh, well, it happens. I know we've had a lot of snow here lately, so.
Exactly. So, yeah, Grubfish. So close once again. Yeah, Chrome, you were close. That's pretty bad. We're cheering for our community to die.
Hey, with how many times Chrome has won the dance-off, you know, why haven't you been voting if you haven't?
Right. I mean, yeah, Chrome's got to be up to $50-$60 at least off of those.
At this point.
Yeah, easily. I mean, he's got a couple AVACs just in what I've given him. And now, of course, we were sending those out when it was down at the $10, $12 range. So, yeah.
I know. The one time that I won, it was long enough ago that AVAX was still around $10. And so I got a full AVAX when you sent it. And I think it was when I did wind up converting it back to USDC, I think it was worth like 50-ish bucks.
Right. Not bad. A 5X on a dance-off? That's pretty damn good.
Exactly. Imagine if it winds up going from $33 up to 477, you know?
Yeah, and then you're like, man, why did I exchange it? I should have held it.
Nah, I never feel guilty about taking profit, even if I could have gotten more profit later, because that's the kind of mindset that messes you up and prevents you from actually taking profit in the first place. And you cannot go broke taking profit.
That's true. Well said. And Chrome 6 you haven't got your win from last time, Chrome? Okay, DM me, buddy. Remind me. I will let Wild Angel know to send that over. I know I sent her a reminder a few days ago, so I thought she already took care of that. So I do apologize sincerely for that, and I will make sure it gets remedied right away. I 4X the AVAX on. All right, Beachcake. Good job, buddy. Amazing. Give me the last winnings. Rooster got the last winning. So congratulations, Roostar. Make sure to DM me for the end of the stream. Otherwise, the $10 goes into next week, and we start the dance off at $20. So who did? And put into Cassandra Dow. Exactly. Yes, if you guys don't know what Cassandra Dow is, over the course of this week, I did a intro video to let you know about the Cure Crew Fund. And then Tuesday, I think it was, we had almost a 2-hour AMA with myself and Cyril, where I asked him every question I could imagine, even a couple that went for the jugular. I was not nice about it. I went for the meat, baby.
Yeah, but, you know, that's what makes it good.
Right.
And,
yeah, I think it's very important to ask the hard questions in everything we do in life, whether it's your investment strategy, whether it's the protocol that you're looking at researching. Always dive deeper than anybody else. Go for the absolute bottom and see what you can find out, because that's where the details are. Those details can burn you quick.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Dude, there was a deal that I was going to do. It was a business deal. And I knew the guys, so I didn't really do as much research as I should have. And it turns out that I should have.
Oops.
So yeah, you know, it doesn't matter who's talking about it. It doesn't matter who's saying it. Just always do your own research. That way, at the end of the day, the only person you can blame for the screw up is yourself, right?
Exactly. And I want to give you guys a quick sample of this. And I'm not promoting, but I want to let you know, when I say I was brutal, I am not kidding. And as soon as I can get my screen to cooperate, I think it will. Okay, so I'm going to share a screen real quick because I made a short out of this because I thought this one was so good. It was enjoyable.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I actually made about 4 of them. So see if I did I turn the audio on? Hold on.
Probably not.
Probably not. And when I say ask the hard questions, I am really not kidding. Okay, screen, there we go. Nope, I did not turn the audio on. Okay. So you want to see how mean and aggressive I am? Check this out.
Sure. How mean and aggressive are you?
I'm going to ask you straight up. What makes you... Wait. Damn it, it didn't play. What did I do? Now I lost it. There it is.
Technical difficulties.
I'm going to ask you straight up. What makes you qualify to run an index fund? Seriously, so many people have tried before. Why should we believe in you?
Yeah, and that's a good question, right? Because essentially, whenever, even on the traditional stock market, right? You know, if you're putting money into an ETF or you're putting money into an index fund, you're trusting the company or the fund manager to manage the money correctly. You know, and I know that this is a newly created fund, so it's not like you have a whole lot of previous history to look at. However, because it is crypto and because it does have previous price history as far as crypto is concerned, if you wanted to, say, figure out what the fund would have performed over the last, 4 years.
Okay, so that was just a quick snippet. As you guys saw, man, I didn't pull any punches on that. I just straight for the jugular. That was it.
And yes, Chrome, it is trippy watching myself talk. I don't typically watch videos that I was on. I don't think there's very many people who actually like hearing a recording of themselves.
No. I hate editing my own videos. Like, man, would this guy shut up? It drives me insane. So, BTK says, my boy John Richter dives deeper than anyone else. Absolutely, BTK. And, man, that's awesome. Because, that's the hardest thing to do is to dive into this stuff. Cyril's shaking his head. I don't know what that's about, but...
Yeah, no. BTK was making an inside joke directed specifically at my understanding of the inside joke. So just don't worry about it.
Move on. Got it.
Yeah, Chrome, I do too. I do too. 100%.
Yeah, I think we all do.
Serenity will send me a short and I'll be like, I don't want to watch it.
Right, yeah. He just ignores it. That's fine. Okay, that's my job. That's what I take care of. BTK is just laughing at us. So, Cyril, today the world is red. It's bloody. It's ugly. How ugly is our portfolio?
Oh, it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Except for when I
in the morning, man.
All right, let's see here. So let's take a look at. Let me zoom this in. All right, so yeah, it was a bit bloody for us, but not as bloody as the rest of the market. So there's that. We started the week off at $954.34. We ended the week at $917.85 for a loss of $36.49 or 3.98%. We added our $25, which will start our new week off at $942.85. But it is worth noting our portfolio is still 8.03% in total profit.
Oh, nice. Now, something looking back at that, I mean, we've had worse weeks. We got, what is that, week 27? That was down 9.75, and we bounced right back from it. So,
yep. We bounced back from that one. We had another week that we were down 14%, right? And that one, we were down $28.72. So, obviously our portfolio is larger now. So even though we have a larger loss this time, the percentage is a lot less than what it was back here. So as our portfolio grows, that percentage volatility kind of reduces as our portfolio is becoming more well-rounded. The volatility reduces, and that's the whole point of having our portfolio with maximum percentage holdings for each individual asset.
Absolutely. And, I think it's a great time to point out that especially the people who aren't familiar with finance, traditional finance, investing, things like that, we tend to watch the dollars and we say, oh man, we're down $20, $30. And we get all traumatized. Like, oh my God, that's over a week's of investing is gone. It's just that. Just like the last one, we're down $36 this week, but really we're only down less than 4%. So it's really kind of challenging to stop looking at the dollars and start looking at the percentages. That's what really matters there.
100%.
That was good. Waka
Sorry.
waka.
I couldn't resist myself. But yeah, absolutely. The percentages are what matters, right? Because if you're trading with $100 and you get 10%, that's only $10. You're like, oh yay, $10. What am I going to do with this? But when your portfolio grows, if you have a 10% day and you have a $5,000 portfolio, well, then that's a $500 day, right? If you have 50,000, then that's $5,000 day. So percentages is what matters, because it's going to be hard to stay motivated if you just look at the dollar amounts when you're building a small account. What you want to look at is the percentages, because sure, it may be a small dollar value, but you're going to be growing it at a percentage rate that's way better than if you just had it in a savings account. It's going to at least keep up with inflation, which it sure as hell isn't going to do sitting in the bank. So percentages matter.
Well said. And yeah, that's one of the things I personally am still struggling with. Remembering to look at percentage, not dollars. And even if the small trades things I've been playing with, I'm like, oh man, my $10 it went down $3. But I really have to look at the percentage, or it went up $3. What am I going to do with $3, man? I can't even buy lunch with that. What's the point?
That's
If I
30%.
take that, right? Exactly. That's a huge gain. So I take that $3 and I add that to making it a $13. Now it goes up 3%. And I just keep doing it and build a portfolio. There you go.
Yep. Because you can't go broke taking profit.
Good safety tip. So I'm curious, any guesstimations on who the winner is this week?
Well, not sure as far as blue chip, but I have a pretty good idea who they probably all voted for with DeFi. But let's see the vote results.
Yes, let's do. And yeah, the DeFi was unanimous, boys and girls.
That's a shock.
Not really. Not when you find out who it was.
Oh.
So there it is. Let me share my screen. There we go. Look at that. Cure Crew Fund came in hands down. Absolutely 21 votes, unanimous. Nicely done.
I mean, I guess that's probably a good thing for our portfolio, right? Because it's a one purchase, so it's going to be good for slippage. It's going to be good on bridging, gas, all that kind of stuff, right? Because it's not us trying to go out and buy a whole bunch of different assets, but it gives us that diversification through one purchase, and it's mostly blue chips anyway, right? And gold. So sounds good to me. I'm down.
Exactly. Yeah. And guys, if you don't know what Cure Crew Fund is, I've got a short video on it. Kind of give a quick rough draft of how to get into it. And then I got the long AMA. Go back and watch that. You're going to find out some pretty amazing things on it. So that's all I'm ever going to show on that. So moving on. Now, the blue chip, I laughed when I saw this, man. I was giggling to myself like, oh, Cyril's going to love this one.
AVAX, huh? That's all right. I'll just get a wrapped version of it on Polygon so I don't have to bridge funds over to AVAX.
Hey, and that's okay. And you know what? That's something that I think we need to talk about here real quick, guys, is if you don't want to get into a whole bunch of blockchains, you don't want stuff scattered across all these things, you can always get a wrapped version. It carries the exact same value of the token on that other blockchain. So, and the great thing is gas is cheaper on Polygon. So why wouldn't you? Makes sense.
Arbitrum gas is getting pretty bad. I know what was I doing? I was doing end of the epic votes on a DEX, and it was like 68 cents to post a transaction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I miss Matic. I did the exact same thing on the Polygon blockchain, and it cost me 9 cents.
Exactly. And yeah, I did a transaction on AVAX. What was it, 3-4 days ago, and it cost me like $3. I'm like, no, this is stupid. It's not supposed to be this expensive. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing is on your investment for portfolio, there are so many options now. You don't have to bridge and swap and do all that. You can get wrapped versions on a cheaper blockchain. Save yourself the gas, because keep in mind, your gas fees and whatever you lose in slippage is part of the cost of your transaction. Really important.
Yeah. And it's very important to track that because it matters when it comes tax time. And for those of you out there who may not be aware, because this happened quietly yesterday. So many of you are aware that at the start of the year, they instituted this new crypto tax bill where any crypto transaction of $10,000 or more had to be reported, right? Yesterday, they rolled that back.
Really?
Citing basically a logistical nightmare of being able to actually make that happen. I guess somebody realized, how the hell are you supposed to report every single transaction that occurs in DeFi of more than $10,000, right? I mean, just look at all the MEV bots that are running all the time. They're doing $100,000 flash loan, $1 million flash loans, and all that kind of stuff. Like, good luck trying to report all of that. When you have a flash loan, it's essentially non-existent at that moment anyway. So, but yeah, they did roll that back yesterday. So now you can real quick do all of your large transactions. Who are you kidding? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
I mean,
but yeah, so
my 12 cents. Here I go.
That's a bit of news that's important. And you should absolutely be aware of. Pay attention to that kind of regulatory news in crypto, because that's stuff you need to know, because the IRS isn't going to send you out a little reminder. Oh, hey, by the way, you don't have to report those right now the way that, we wanted you to report them. Looks like Funny Toro made it.
He did. Funny Toro. Welcome, buddy.
The end. Yay.
Yes. Glad you made it, brother. Rooster was our winner today. I'm sorry. You were on the list. Thank you for casting your vote, brother. And, everybody who's been watching, or if you're watching this on the restream, hey, make sure to go in, cast your vote, because it's a chance for $10 for nothing more than sharing your opinion with us. And it means the world to us.
Yeah, we're actually asking for your opinion.
Yeah, nobody else in the world is going to do that. They're going to tell you their opinion. They're not going to ask for yours. So, help us make this a great show.
But here, we want to hear your opinion.
Yes. Good, bad, or indifferent. And you know what? If you want to discuss things, absolutely. Jump in the Down Home Crypto Discord. Share your opinion. Get to know the people. We got some pretty cool people in there and some very smart ones. Even that weird Cyril guy. Just watch out for him. He's kind of sketchy.
Yeah, I don't know about that guy. He seems a little shady.
Yeah, he is. He's always got that weird black curtain sitting like in a dungeon or something. I don't know what's up with him.
I just figured, people didn't want to see my unpainted garage wall.
That's fair. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I don't smoke in the house. I got parrots and my wife and daughter, and both of them have asthma. So
very good. Now, I'm proud of you for being mindful of those around you. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And Funny says he's going to watch the replay as soon as we're done. Absolutely. We had some great information, Funny. I think you'll enjoy it. Cyril needs some cool neon signs. I agree. He needs to get one that says Cyril back there. I won't tell you how he did. So, guys, I think that about wraps up. Let's got any questions? If so, throw them in the chat real quick while we're wrapping this up, and we'll try to get to it real quick. But as always, I want to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time to joining us here. Thank you for spreading the word out to the rest of spreading the word to the rest of the world. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Because the community is growing, and we're seeing new faces, new people, and we're going to get a lot new people as the bull market jumps off. And so, the more education we can get out there, the more people we can help. So, thank you for all your support.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for tuning in and listening to us ramble every Thursday for about an hour. Hopefully it's been beneficial to you in some way, or at the very least, entertaining. So, but
we are that. Comic relief, if nothing else. So thank you, everybody. Stay safe out there. And as always, all I ask is, hey, hit the like button, subscribe, and tell your friends about us. We will catch you guys next Thursday. Have a good night, guys.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for Freaky Friday.
Oh, yes. That's kind of scary. We won't talk about what happens there because the truth is we don't know what happens there. We show up and wherever we go, we go. So check it out.
All right, everyone. Thanks. Take care and have a good rest of your week.
Have a good night, guys.